Good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 400 and something. Um, I'm late. I'm tardy. I'm late for work. It's 7. I'm 5 minutes late for work. 7:05. Boss is gonna kill me. It's going in my permanent file. So what is up? Happy Thursday. It is a really strange weather day. Jenny, what's up? Um, I don't know what the weather's like where you are at in Minnesota, Jenny. But, but we've dropped. My sinuses are going to go crazy today because we got up to 65 degrees yesterday. It is windy as all get out. The news said we could see wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour. That's tornadic. That can do tornadic damage. It's currently 32 degrees on our way back to a high of 61. It's going to be windy. It's wild. I fear for my sinuses. And then I think tomorrow it's going to be back in the high in the 30s, which I don't like 65 degrees on December 15th and December 16th. Like, I'm okay with snow. I'm okay with 20 degrees. Give me this in March. Can I bank this? Can I bank these 2 days of 65 degrees weather and bank them for March? I would much rather have these in December. Just give me snow and cold. I'm cool with it right now. But in March, I want 65 degrees. Take the wind. I'll take 60. Instead of 65, I'll take 60 with less wind. Can I do that? Can I do that? What's up, Zach? Good morning. Jenny says we had a tornado in Minnesota last night. Had 2 feet of snow on Sunday. Yeah, this weather's crazy. I know that I think the worst of the like the tornadic weather was to the west of it, which would be Minnesota. Iowa, I think, got hit pretty hard. I know that I was scrolling Facebook this morning, and a lot of my friends down in Illinois were reporting tornado sirens were going off late last night. It was super. Like, I didn't sleep very well last night because it was so windy. I could hear, the gutters and just against the windows, and it was very loud, very windy. What's up, Herman? Good morning. So I didn't really have anything to discuss, but then I was in a Twitter conversation last night, and it's like, you know what? I want to talk more about this because it's not, again, nothing in life is really black and white. There's gray areas. It's all a lot of things that we do are based on interpretation, how we interpret. Look at the mail. We talk about this all the time. Plain white envelopes. One post office employee interprets the USPS laws much different than the person standing next to them in the same branch. So it's all interpretation. And I want to talk about combined shipping today and how it can be interpreted by different people and how it can be misinterpreted. And I think it's not constantly, but it's commonly misinterpreted by buyers. And so just buyer beware, and make sure you know what you're going to pay before you click bid or click buy it now. So I want to talk about that today. Jenny says, Bo, I want to buy all your Sabonis off eBay, but it doesn't have best offer. Are you open to offers on them since it would be one ship cost? If so, please feel free to send an offer. The Sabonis, I bet they, I can throw best offers on there. I'll throw best offers on all the Sabonis. So before I talk about combined shipping, just go through my day yesterday. Yesterday was basically the flex day. Monday was shipped heavy in the morning. And then I wrote a blog article, which I hadn't done in quite some time. And then I listed like 250 items on eBay. So Monday was super productive. Tuesday, I did more shipping, and I listed about 150 items on Tuesday. Yesterday was more of a flex day. I did some shipping in the morning. I did list about 125 maybe items on eBay. And then I started doing some cleaning. I'm like in the middle I got like halfway through cleaning and I'm like, I need to list more. I need to list cards. I started crunching the numbers. I have a kind of a business mentor who's coming over today. Just gonna run my November numbers and just do a lot of number crunching. So um, I was looking at some of my numbers and projections, and it's like really got me motivated to keep listing. So that's why I kind of gave up on reorganizing and cleaning halfway through. I wanted to make sure my workspace was clean because there was a lot of, the little white paper, the slips that come off when you peel off the label. So those just blanket my workspace. So wanted to get those cleaned up, and then I was just going through boxes, and I want to make sure that you can't see it's off camera, but over here, over there is the main shelf. That's kind of my inventory, non-listed inventory shelf, and it's just in complete disarray. So I want to get that organized. So when I go to list and I pull box off, and things are a little more organized. So Jenny says you list so fast. Most I can get is 63, and that took 8 hours. Shipping is no joke. Took me 45 minutes to do 18 orders. Shipping is definitely a little slower. It's not really the shipping that takes the most time for me. It's pulling. And especially if there's multiple cards in one order. That's why I stopped selling on Sport Lots, because I get an order of 100 cards from 75 different sets, and it's like, when somebody ordered 100 cards from Topps Heritage, this 2019 Topps Heritage, it's like, hey, great, boom, 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 boom. It took me no time at all. But when there's 100 cards ordered from 75 different sets, it's very time consuming. It's only 18 cents per card, and that's before fees. So I'm with the margins on eBay, it's much more doable from that regard. And I don't get the big orders. Even though I have the 25% off 25 or more, I think only a few people have taken advantage of that. So that's Wishy 2, what's up? Good morning. Jenny says, I have dividers coming in today's mail so I can sort team to make pulling faster. Yeah, I love the dividers. I use, baseball, I have sorted by year and then by set. I actually ordered the case that I ordered a couple years ago. They were the standard dividers, so they don't like kind of pop up. So I did. Now I did order a case of tall dividers. They're on back order until I think the end of this month. So by January, mid-January, I should have those. It'll be easier to find. And I've been doing a lot of organizing in some downtime with baseball or with basketball and football, because I do those by last name, because I'm not as knowledgeable on sets with football and basketball, years and sets, as I am with baseball. Baseball, I'm pretty good. Some of the Bowman Chrome, Bowman Draft, those I get a little confused at times. Sometimes the Topps Archives, I get confused with regular Topps, because they do the reprints in all these sets. And Topps Archives have similar, the thickness is similar. I know if it's a Topps Heritage or an Allen and Ginter, but some of the sets are a little tricky, especially those reprint sets. Those are the ones I bought, $14 in my door for 100. Not sure if I overpaid, but needed them. I'm not sure. I have wholesale pricing, so if you need any more, let me know, because I can cut you a deal, and get those costs down. I'm not sure what my price is on those, but I'm sure it's probably half of what the retail price is. So let's talk about combined shipping. And this was the reason I bring this up. Somebody tweeted last night. Hobby question: what does combined shipping mean to you? And the poster says this stems from winning multiple auctions with one seller that has combined shipping on active accounts for a week. Stated shipping was $5. I won through. Total value of cards $13. Please comment below. Now there's a lot of missing information in that tweet. The before I like judge one way or another and jump on this bandwagon of oh, down with that, the before I get my pitch before I light my pitchfork on fire, I need to know a little more information. So first off, just I don't want those words, because sometimes if we're upset, if we expected A and got B and we're upset and we take to social media, we leave some important details out, or we sometimes maybe on purpose, sometimes it's just it's our line of thinking. Like we think everything that we did was on, just our way of thinking is the correct and theirs is the incorrect way. So I want to see in the seller's words in the listing what this is. So before I, answered, I wanted to see, do you have a link to the auction? So the poster did send me a link to the auction. So I clicked on the auction. Now, I will say, so before we go in, the item description is pretty in depth. Um, and he says, let's see, in most of the description, it's in depth, and most of it is regarding shipping. However, he doesn't have the exact pricing. I ship Hall of Fame cards and magnetic holders. Rarely will be not will be Rarely will one not be in a holder, but it will show that in the photo only because they are so condition sensitive. If you have questions about shipping cost, ask. However, I will not circumvent my shipping methods, removing the holder it is in under any circumstances, as it is my responsibility to ensure cards arrive in the condition they were purchased. Blah, blah, blah. All combined on active weekly, not week to week auctions only. So that just means basically within a 7-day period, anything you buy within a 7-day period, he's going to combine your shipping. He also says, I ship via weight and value. I do my best to keep shipping cost at a minimum. However, due to the weight, I may use priority boxes and return unused shipping cost. And again, he re-emphasizes, if you have any concerns before or after purchase, please let me know. So again, the cost is not spelled out. And I will defend the sellers who do not spell out actual combined shipping costs. Uncle Rich, good morning. eBay, yes, you can combine shipping within eBay and within an eBay store. It's clunky, is I guess the best term I can use. It's very clunky, and it's also the reason I build the shipping cost into the item. And so it just saves me a lot of headaches. Like this particular instance, this is basically not even really this example is just miscommunication and non-communication. So if there was if there was communication before the button was clicked, I think this would have been a non-issue. So to avoid those issues, everything is free shipping in my eBay store, just to save any hassles and headaches. So my thoughts. So after reading that item description, my first question was, did you reach out? It says combined shipping. Did you reach out to the seller? Now, combined shipping is again interpreted in many different ways. The buyer assumed that combined shipping meant he was only paying $5 for the first item shipped, and the other two would have been free. Where in reality, combined shipping, if it was $5 shipped, $5 shipped per item, that's a total of $15 on 3 items. He could have charged you $13.50, and that's technically still combined. He knocked off $1.50. It didn't state anywhere in his item description how much he's going to charge you. And here's what I do. And I've bought many items, and I try to find, if I'm looking for vintage Cubs cards, or for a time I was buying wrestling magazines last winter, and I would try to find sellers that had multiple, so I could, get the cost down. In many instances, the combined shipping is not laid out in the item description or anywhere in the listing. So as a buyer, if it's not spelled out, and if you're concerned about combined shipping or what the combined shipping cost is, you must communicate. You must reach out. And I know as a buyer, that's a pain in the ass, but you don't want to get into a situation where he knocks a dollar off and you're still overpaying for postage. And guess what? The seller's technically correct. And I know it's not right, but you have to do sometimes as a buyer, we have to take responsibility for our actions, whether it's I had an item I was collecting. I had bought a bulk lot several years ago, like 200, 300,000 cards, a lot of 78 tops, 79 tops. And I was going to build the sets. Now, all the stars were pulled out. So I was buying the star cards and the top rook, so I could fill these sets. And then I learned quickly it's like the the sets cheaper if I could just buy the set outright, than because it's basically what the birds. Anyway, I bought a 1978 Topps Dale Murphy rookie card. I got it in the mail, and it was a freaking magnet. It was a picture of the 1978 Topps Dale Murphy rookie card on a magnet. I was pissed. And guess what? I was just about ready to type an angry letter to that eBay seller, and I went back to the listing, and guess what? I bought a damn 1978 Topps Dale Murphy rookie magnet. And guess what I did? I sucked it up and threw it in a box and went about my day. Sometimes we have to take responsibility for our actions. And that was a little on the extreme side where it was listed in the description. I bought a stupid magnet. That's completely 100% on me. But in some cases it's not quite that. The disparity isn't quite that deep. But still, we have to take responsibility for our actions. Sometimes we have to take that extra step because if you don't want to pay an outrageous shipping charge, but the shipping charge isn't listed, that seller, right or wrong, can charge you whatever he wants. And I know it's not right. I know it's not right. And it's a little, it can be, and again, it's not black and white, but in certain instances it could be unethical. So you have to do your due diligence to find out what you're going to pay. And this is an example where, if before hitting that bid, before I bid on this item, before I buy on this, he doesn't spell out, he just says combined shipping and doesn't spell out any monetary value. If you want to be sure, I always, when I buy something, I want to know what I'm paying. Don't give me the net to me price. I'm gonna not buy from you. If you give me a net to me, $100 net to me, I know what the math is. I'm not gonna do the damn math. You, as a seller, need to do the math because you also, as a seller, know the percentages of PayPal, goods and services, and shipping. You tell me what's the bottom line. I don't care what $100 net to you is. What is it net to me as a buyer? I'm your customer. What am I paying? I don't care what you net. I want to know how much I pay. Because if you say $100 net to me, I'll give you $100. It may not net to you, but you gotta do that. So anyway, off my soapbox for now. So we go on, and I said, so my first question after that was, did you ask what the shipping cost would be before bidding? That's the big key. Before you click bid, before you put that bid in, before you buy it, you gotta ask. If it's not spelled out, you've got to ask. That's on the buyer right now. So it's on the buyer. It's on the buyer's end. What was the total shipping cost he charged you? And then I kind of got some back and forth. He ended up showing some screenshots. Essentially, the seller charged $7.25 for shipping. Now, the first thought when I see this listing, the shipping was $5, which is a little, it's not excessive, but it's borderline excessive for one item. And the particular item it's like a postcard. Actually, no, it's a card. It's a Panini Cooperstown autograph card. $5 standard shipping. that seems a little excessive for one card. He does ship it in a one touch, so that's nice. You get some added value there. So I'm okay with that, I guess. So he charged seven. So for three cards that were purchased by this eBayer, by this buyer, he charged $7.25, which that's combined shipping. That's completely fair. That is far less, in fact, than what I thought he was going to tell me. Because $15, I thought he was going to charge like 12 or 13. And technically, that still, by definition, is still combined. He combined. You're not paying $15. He combined it. Yeah, it's still high, but he did combine your shipping. 720. I'm like, there's no problem here. What's the problem? And he did show the screenshots of the conversation and the seller. If I'm looking at the screenshots, and I'm not going to share the screenshots, but as I was looking at the screenshots, I thought that the seller was completely respectful and fair in his communication with the buyer, and I think it ended. The seller just cut weight and canceled on this particular buyer. And that goes down to, everybody handles their business affairs differently. It's not something I would have done. To start, I don't charge shipping, so this instance wouldn't have happened in the first place. But I know, some people are going to do their shipping and their combined shipping, so it is what it is. But that was my thoughts. Just buyer beware. If there's combined shipping is in interpretation. $5 per item. Jenny mentioned in the chat something. Where was it? It must have been earlier in the chat. Yeah, some sellers combined saying 50 cents extra per card, up to $7 total. Learned that. Yeah, and that's why it's tricky when you set it up, because say you say, okay, I'm going to charge an extra 25 cents per card up to 10 cards, and then it's free. And then what if somebody buys, I'm hoping to get 50,000 listings in my store by next year. What if somebody buys 2,000 cards and all of a sudden, and I guess 2,000 cards I can still ship in a flat rate box. But anyway, it's difficult to set up, and that's why I'm doing well with the free shipping. And sometimes sometimes I list cards out of a set where 89 cents free shipping, where it's minimal margin for me if I sell one card. But I'd like to sell. What if somebody wants like 100 of them at 99 cents? They're really like 25-cent card. Like they would legit be like basically my 99-cent and $1.50 cards in my eBay store are 25-cent cards in my quarter boxes at card shows. And it's kind of one of those things where, I guess I could, advertise like, hey, if you want to, I'll set deals. But then it's like, again, it's black and white. You can't. It's difficult to do within the eBay software. So anyway, that's what I wanted to touch on. I'm gonna go back to the chat. Okay, not much I missed. Jenny said, "Oh man, bought a magnet, kind of like they got to watch to make sure not digital card." Yeah, with Topps Bunt, the digital cards, I've almost it hasn't happened, but I've almost been bitten by the digital card. Fall Creek, good morning to you. I bought a pickup only card in New York, and I live in Wisconsin. Jerk wouldn't refund me, so that's just that sucks. But also some responsibility on your end. It's a pickup only, but pickup only, was it a card? I guess if it's a single card, then that's just a stupid move by the seller. If they want to sell you a 1 million Cubs project card and it's pickup only, and no matter where it is, that's kind of dumb. If it's a collection, then that's understandable. But yeah, if he wouldn't refund you, that's and mistakes happen. Like, yeah, we have to do our due diligence. We buy 1978 Topps magnets. My fault, but a $20 Brett Favre card. But still, a single card should not be a pickup only. If you want to do a pickup only, go to Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. Uh, there's a bunch. That's just that seller is kind of that's a dumb move by the seller, even though it was your fault for buying a pickup only in New York. It's his fault for listing it. So that's just one of those. That's one of those situations where it's just um, why? Why a pickup only on eBay unless it's a large clunky item. That there's plenty of local marketplaces online that 20 years ago, 15 years ago, yeah, put stuff as pickup only on eBay because I know at one time they were really pushing like the regional, like hey, here's in you're in Wisconsin. Here's what is in Wisconsin. Here's Chicagoland listings. Um, but seller didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong, but it's one of those why list a card as pickup only when you can literally slip it in an envelope or a small bubble mailer. It's one of those things where yeah, he didn't do anything wrong, but it's kind of a dumb move. Um, so yeah, so that's about all I had for today. I just wanted to talk about combined shipping. Um, do your due diligence, especially when it comes to combined shipping. Um, it can be interpreted differently by different people, especially when it comes down to a buyer seller relationship. Just communicate, and that's the best thing that you can do. A lot of times we get caught up. We see something we don't like, and we don't think. We just run with our first opinion, and a little communication goes a long way. So that's what I would recommend, especially when it comes to combined shipping. And just before you click buy, because there are bad sellers out there, and they're not going to combine shipping, or they're going to overcharge you on shipping. And most, a large majority of eBay sellers are good people and are above board. Don't let a few bad apples. And if this case was just the case previous that I just talked about in this episode, that was complete non-communication basically before the purchase was made. It was just misinterpreted by the buyer and not communicated, and that all could have been resolved with a quick message before bidding on the auction. And the buyer seller relationship between these two on eBay would not have been an issue. But so that's my message for the day. Just communicate. A little communication goes a long way. That's what I had for today. Today I've got a lot of shipping to do. My sales have been rising, so it's giving me a little more motivation. Just looking at the numbers, projecting out. It's mid-December, so seeing the trickle up of sales, and even some stuff that's been sitting for a while. Basketball, football that's just kind of been sitting in the store is moving. So and it ebbs and flows. It ebbs and flows, and so right now I'm kind of on that upward trend. I'm sure that there's going to be, today probably will suck. Today, the end of today, I'll probably be like, why didn't I sell? How come I didn't sell more items? What am I doing? That's how it is. That's sales. No matter what you're doing, if you're employed by the man in corporate America, if you're self-employed in the sales realm, you're going to have the ebbs and flows. One day you're going to hate it and ask yourself why I do this, and the next day you're going to live high on the hog and be happy and just wait for the next domino to fall. So I do need, because I'm going to break my ankle if I've got a bunch of boxes stacked up, my inventory boxes for over here. If I don't get those cleaned up, I'm going to break my ankle. So I'm going to do some shipping and then hang out down here. It's Thursday. I don't think, is there any new releases this week? I know Elite Extra Edition comes out the end of the month. I think Bowman Draft was pushed into January, possibly. So I don't think I'll make any retail runs. I'm good on penny sleeves. I'm good on card savers. Oh, I think it was David. Was it David or Dan? Um, and I did retweet it last night. Um, I did retweet it last night. Let me see. Actually, if I just go to my Twitter timeline, uh, let's see. It was Dan. So Dan tweeted out that Cardboard Gold. I'm going to copy the link. Cardboard Gold has 1,000 count top loaders on sale for $89. So that's 9 cents per top loader. But if you use the promo code Xmas20, it's only $69. So that's 7 cents. So here's the link. Uh, and what's up, Ruth? Ruth Harris in the house, everybody. So that is, and then promo code Xmas20. I'm going to copy that in. There you go. So if you need top loaders by the case, 1,000, you can get them for on the cheap. So that's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. It is Thursday. I'll talk to you tomorrow, 7 a.m. tomorrow. This weekend, I'm not going to be out of town. Nothing planned. I'm just going to play catch up, and probably some more organization, some more shipping, some more listing. So I will be on the regular weekend times. Vary, typically between 8 and 9 a.m. Usually Saturdays I'm a little earlier, and then Sundays I kind of sleep in a bit. So between 7 and 9 a.m. I go live. Sundays I go live usually between 8 and 9 a.m. because I take my time. I brew some coffee. I list some cards on the couch, and then I waddle downstairs to the computer, to the card room. So thanks for tuning in. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. Ruth Harris, subscribe. Come on, Ruth. I know you can hear me. Bartek. So hit subscribe, hit the like button. Appreciate it. Thanks for the chat. Have a great one, and we'll talk tomorrow.